What is it? I don't know. I don't think. Moving as well. Maybe. And then matter one. No, no, no. 18%. And also 12%. I'm here ready. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Welcome to VOL Television. Welcome to VOL Television. My name is Osagyefo. Once again, what can I say? We appreciate your indulgence with us. We want to thank all our social media handles and, of course, our channel, voltelevision.co.uk, and then our sister station, volradio.co.uk. We also have affiliate sister stations. Sorry, and you can watch us on all those affiliate stations. Interesting times, things are happening. I'm telling you, the world has become a very dangerous place. We know the war that is going on, Israel, America, as against Iran. And because it's an ongoing war, we cannot start the program without mentioning it. We have to mention it. And then our beautiful lady, Obapa Julie, will be bringing us the latest updates from that part of the world, that is the Pan-African world. And so let me go and welcome my panelists and special guests, our eldest statesman himself in the person of Comrade R.O. Frimpong Mansu. Frimpong Mansu, R.O., welcome to the show once again.
Thank you.
Hello, elder statesman. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you proper.
Okay, great. Once again, welcome to the show, and thank you for your indulgence, being there for us, educating us, and also adding that vintage experience from back in the days as well. Welcome, Aro Fripomanso.
Thank you.
Let me go and welcome our one and only Dr. John Mensah. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening, Nana. Thank you very much for the opportunity to join you. It's a pleasure to be with you on the show. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Doctor. I mean, your indulgence and all the research you do, and it's amazing how you manage to have time as a medical doctor, and then your in-depth knowledge when it comes to current affairs and politics and Pan-Africanism. We really, really appreciate you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
All right. Our beautiful lady, Edith. Edith, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nana. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, we have Edith all the way in Hungary. She'll be joining us sometime in the summer. We look forward in having her. So, Edith, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Nana.
Great stuff. All right, so let's hit the grounds running without wasting time at all. Yes, let me go straight to Dr. John Mensah. Doctor, we all been watching the scenes, the war that is going on between Israel, U.S. as against Iran, and what's the latest now, Doc? And if you can give us any overview, yeah.
Okay, overview about the war recently. Okay, yesterday or 2 days ago, Israel started a campaign to bomb banks in Tehran, Iran. As a result of that, the Iranian military, especially the IRGR, that's the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, also threatened to bomb the bank headquarters of international banks, because most of the international banks have their headquarters in Dubai, and the Iran also threatened to bomb those bank headquarters. And truly, they have sent drones to bomb some banks in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, in the country of UAE. As a result, the banks, international bank, Barclays, JP Morgan, Citibank, they have asked their workers to stay off and operate from home. There is also wide a rumor, the speculation that the Prime Minister of Israel is dead in a missile strike by the Iranian forces, and it's also believed that he died together with 6 top generals of the Israeli army. And there's a video that is trying to portray that the Israeli prime minister came out to deny his death rumors, but we found out to be AI. So investigations are still ongoing, and I think in the next couple of days you'll be able to confirm either the prime minister of Israel, that is Benjamin Netanyahu, is actually dead in the missile strike. The Strait of Hormuz, that is a narrow water body that stretches between UAE and Iran, has been closed effectively by the Navy of Iran. They started deploying sea mines. Like sea mines, like a small balls, but they can actually float or just below the surface of water, and they contains explosives. So when a ship or boat gets in contact with it explodes and destroys it. So they have laid sea mines, and they've also sent missiles to strike about 5 or 6 that's a vessels. That's a cargo vessel that is carrying fuel. As a result of that, no oil tanker is actually moving across the Strait of Hormuz. And that's going to decrease the global oil supply by about 20% and over. And if this continues for the next couple of days, we are expecting the oil prices to jump to about $200 per barrel. And that is one information coming from the war between Iran, Israel, and US. That is going to affect the global oil market prices, and it's going to be a worry to all of us. Yeah. The U.S. Navy has promised international oil marketing companies and investors that they're going to give them an escort, but it seems the U.S. is afraid. U.S. Navy is afraid, so they are calling on other international partners like the EU, France, UK, and NATO members to also bring their warship to support them to be able to open the Strait of Hormuz so that oil can move across it. And they're also blocking the Red Sea through Yemen. The Houthi rebels in Yemen are being supplied by Iran, and they also threaten to also block the Red Sea so that US vessels or NATO-linked vessels cannot move oil. So these are the happening. The bombing continue in both cities, and let's see what happens next couple of days. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Doc. And Doc, from all this, hula baloo, what's your take on the situation? Do you see any end anytime soon, or any ceasefire?
For ceasefire, I don't see any ceasefire coming in the few days. If ceasefire, I think the Israel and US are going to bow down, because what happens? There is actually Israel and the US that actually attack Iran. So Iran is just fighting back, retaliating. So if Israel and US stop bombing Iran, Iran will also definitely stop bombing. When they threatened to bomb Iranian banks, they bombed Iranian banks, and Iran also bombing their banks in the Gulf states in return. So if they stop bombing Tehran, Iran will also stop bombing them. From what is happening, the missiles that's used to intercept Iranian missiles, that I'm talking about the Patriots and the THAAD, they have run out of ammunition in Israel. So it seems the Iranian missiles and the Shahed drones just go straight away and hit Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, or Jericho, because they don't have enough missiles to fire back and intercept the missiles in space. So I don't see it happening, or any kind of negotiation or diplomatic solution, because from history, if I go back to history from 2014, 2015, during the Obama administration, they had an agreement with Iran. It was called the JOPEC. Per the terms and conditions of the agreement, Iran will stop nuclear enrichment. That's to stop nuclear missile production or any further research into uranium. And return, the US is going to lift all sanctions. That was done. The International Atomic Energy Agency went to inspect the Iranian nuclear facilities, and they came to confirm that yes, Iran has complied with the deal. Going forward, when Trump took over, he decided to take a unilateral decision, withdraw US from the agreement, and impose severe sanctions on Iran. That compelled Iran to also withdraw because one partner cannot withdraw for it to continue. And then Iran began to actually build more centrifuge to control to enrich uranium to a level that can produce a nuclear weapon. And that is what has come today. Last year, during the 9-day or 12-day war, in the midst of meeting, in the midst of negotiations, that's when Israel and US want to bomb Tehran. And this year too, I'm in the midst of negotiations, in the midst of trying to find a diplomatic solution. That is when they want to bomb Tehran and kill the supreme leader. So the US and the Western allies, the bullies, they cannot be trusted when it comes to diplomatic mission. You have a similar thing in Ukraine. When the Russian forces got to Kiev, they almost about to take the capital, and the US came in as part of the diplomatic mission. And as part of that diplomatic process, they agreed that Russia was going to withdraw from the capital of Kiev, and they will stop supplying weapons to Ukraine. Russia withdrew their forces from the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, to focus on the Donbass. What did they do? They rather paid Russia back by invading Russian Suja region. And so they cannot be trusted when it comes to diplomatic solution. Iran have proved that they have the courage, tenacity, the ability to fight back. And the whole world have been shocked by the courage and the tenacity of the Iranians. And I think they should continue. And if I was the president of Russia or China, I would have used Iran to rather fight them, fight the Western imperials, rather than waiting for them to come and fight him directly. So this is what I see are the possible outcomes in the next couple of days ahead of us.
Right. Thank you so much and for that overview there. We appreciate that. Let's go to our elder statesman in the person of Aro Frimpong Manso, our favorite elder statesman in London, United Kingdom. Elder statesman, what's your take on that? You believe that this will not escalate into a full-blown Third World War, and that we should still be optimistic and hopeful that a ceasefire will come and we can get that peace that we want back post 1945 United Nations mandate. Can we ever go back to that one? And is there a chance, elder statesman?
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that with the backing of China, Russia, and North Korea, backing the Iranians, there wouldn't be a full-scale war, but there will be peace. America and what we call
Israel.
Israel,
Yeah.
backing down because Israel is hitting hard, Iran is hitting hard American bases in the Arab countries, the military in the Arab countries and their neighbors.
Yes.
But that's also appealing them to mellow the whole situation so that there could be a ceasefire. So there will be a ceasefire, but when it's another, there will be a ceasefire when it's another, and there will be no war, no full-scale war. America is not thinking of ending but they are expected, but when. So that's my view.
Wow. Let's pray we don't get a full-blown Third World War. That's it's quite a sad story. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants any bloodshed. It's quite a sad situation. Let me go to our beautiful lady, Edith. Edith, your brief take. Do you think we're going to get a full-blown Third World War? Or Edith, you are very hopeful that, things might, ceasefires might come up and we might have a final peace? Are you there, Edith?
No, my network is not it's not stable.
You're right,
I
eh?
hardly hear. Yeah.
Yes. Did you heard doctor and you heard elder statesman, did you?
Not all, but I heard they
Oh,
were
you
talking
missed
about
it.
the war, right?
No, you are in
My
Hungary,
net,
isn't
my
it?
the Wi-Fi is
You are in Europe, and I'm saying what is happening in the Middle East. Do you think that will escalate into a full-blown Third World War, or you think there will be peace?
as it stands, it might end. There's for now, I don't see it ceasing. Right now, I don't think it will cease, but we are just praying and hoping that there should be intervention and then it will cease because no one wants war because we know the effects it's having on us. Already things are going bad. Already prices of oil and petrol and other things,
Yeah.
we are already feeling it. So when this continues, we know what we stand to gain. So though it's not ceasing anytime soon, but we are also praying that it cease. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Doc, why can't the whole world go back and have the post 1945 United Nations mandate? And why are certain countries policing the world and bullying the rest of the world? You heard me, Doc? I think the network is playing up. Okay, once we get
Hello.
Doctor. Oh, Doc, you heard me, right?
Yes, I heard you, please. Okay. The
But Doc,
UN.
yeah, Doc,
Hello.
before you continue, why can't just we all have the United Nations post 1945 UN treaty and mandates in place for us all to have a safer world? Why the skirmishes, Doc?
All this is because of greed. A particular tribe called Jews, they feel that they are the vanguards of human race, vanguards of tribe, and the vanguards of everything on this earth. And therefore, they believe they are entitled to everything superior, everything what present in this world. They control the global financial system. They control SWIFT, IMF, World Bank, JP Morgan, Citibank. So they want to bring everything under their control. I now understand why Adolf Hitler decided that in 1945 he's going to kill all of them. He's going to annihilate them. We didn't understand them. Why? Because the global financial system controlled by the Jews, they want oil to be sold in dollars so that every country will need the dollars. And if we need the dollars and the dollars is what you need to actually survive, then whoever controls whatever you need to survive can definitely control you. And that's the basis for all this wars. And the Jews are aristocrats. They're able to control the US banking system and control the US government as well. And they control the missile production factories like the Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, System Dynamics. The weapon manufacturing companies, those who belong to them. And therefore, they have the two and the upper hand and the leverage to manipulate and cause all wars. So that they can be superior to all other human beings. Unless maybe something happens for us to be able to get them have a change of mind or you're able to overpower them, you are going to see this thing to likely continue and it will take a while unless another superpower is able to stop them from actually bullying the rest of the world.
Okay, let's quickly move on and look at the Pan-African angle. Let's welcome our beautiful lady, Nanama. Nanama, thanks so much for joining us and welcome to the show. Yeah, Nanama, you've got to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Nana. Good evening.
All right, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so much. Yes, so now let's quickly go back to Africa and see what can we do for Africa, made up of 55 countries, It used to be 54 until Sudan was divided into two by you know who, yes, behind the same powers, to Sudan and South Sudan. So now Africa has 55 countries. Now, the whole of the 55 African countries, none of them has a nuclear power. The African Union is in haywire. When can we be able to mobilize Africa with all the resources, raw materials, everything there? Africa needs to unite to move forward, because I'm sure if an African country has a nuclear power for good causes and positive causes, i.e. medical research, electricity, because that could electrify the whole of the African continent for good use and good purposes, monitored by the IEA or whatever they call them. I think that would be a force to reckon with. And that was what Kwame Nkrumah was trying to do. And unfortunately, as we've been saying since independence, unfortunately, the CIA and their cohorts and the traitors within Ghana derailed the very man that was doing exactly that for the black man. Let me go to the elder statesman. That the elder statesman.
Yeah.
I mean, I want us to look at the situation where when can Africa be able to stand on its own feet as a sovereign state, sovereign continent, and be able to also pioneer this research in nuclear power, aside the dams and the other electricity powering, mediums. When can we be able, and why can't we do it? I mean, from your experience, do you think this time that the West doesn't want any African country to get nuclear power, it can be possible? Because Kwame Nkrumah nearly did it in the 60s. And then we also know the story of South Africa. Used to have a nuclear power. The moment Nelson Mandela came on the scene, they took everything away. Are we having double standards? What's happening, elder statesman? We need to find solution for Africa.
The nuclear power situation is a long story. When Nkrumah attempted to have the nuclear machine in Ghana given to us by the Russians, the CIA cleverly took them immediately after the CCC school. That's the first machine they went for, because we recorded General de Gaulle testing on the bomb at Sahara Desert. I'm afraid it's a long story. Africa must be united, or few countries in Africa must be. Look, the French people are holding part of Africa. That's why we cannot have the West Africa currency. We don't have one currency, and the difficulty is that even currency, Africa getting one currency is difficulty.
Yeah, so you meant the ECOWAS, yeah? Difficult for the ECOWAS to get currency.
Oh God, any other group can get it. You see, they have divided. We are back to where colonialism started, dividing Africa into European continent, France, Europe, America, and so on and so forth. So I don't know when I can say we can have it. However, attempt could be made. Mahama has started something. He's propagating to African countries to be independent, to be self-supporting. How to do it, what not to do it, I can say, to be export-orientated, and all the rest of that. These things are talks, theoretical. They are all theoretical. I don't know when any African country can say we can export so much to Europe and so on and so forth. It's a tall order. the tall order.
Yeah,
The
but
65
Dad,
Africa.
do you? I'm only interjecting with you. Don't you also think that it's going to be difficult because the unity is not there, and that it also can be very easy if the Africans can reconscientize their mindset, like Kwame Nkrumah said, because we have arable lands. You can throw a corn seed and it will grow within, you know, the weather is 247, 365 days in a whole year. We have great rainforests, we have great rivers and all that. As for the resources and the human resource, why can't we mobilize? It doesn't make sense, elder statesman.
Do you know something? Our economies are in the hands of our former foreign ministers. French-speaking countries have the economy in the hands of the metropolitan Paris. Ghana, let me tell you, when we had independence, 6th of March 1957, the first country that came to Ghana's aid was Israel. Ben Gurion and Golda Meir.
Right.
They came to Ghana's aid. They supported Ghana immediately. Kwame Nkrumah happened to be friends of these two people and therefore went a long way. Our economy has never been in our hands. What Nkrumah tried to do was to set up these factories and then utilize our raw materials and then export so that we can build the economic independence. Without setting up factories, without industrialization of a country exporting raw materials for the benefit of the nation, you can't build economic independence. And if that happens, that's why the CIA and others thought it wise to bump into Ghana, do away with Ghana, take all our resources and human other things that they could benefit the country. And so we don't need this. And took our raw materials back to Europe, produce the goods and sell it to us. So at the moment, it's solid. Ghana, we don't have factories to industrialize. Where are the factories? Look.
So Daddy, when the traitors in cohort with the CIA got rid of Nkrumah's vision for the black man, those that did that, why didn't they continue the good works of Nkrumah?
What are you talking? The CIA.
they want to derail the progress.
The opposition, some Ghanaian politicians felt that they had the automatic rule of Ghana. They should have ruled Ghana, and Kwame Nkrumah had taken over the power from them. They would not support it, and therefore the opposition, some of them supported the CIA, and then empowered some part of the military. Not all military people supported the coup of 1996. But then you can see that they had the weapons, they have the munition. The people who toppled Ghana, the CIA Americans, the Israelis, the Americans. Britain was the passenger in the system when they were doing the coup. Britain was taken by surprise. They never knew Ghana was being toppled. So you can see, well, the economy has been taken. Our economy is not in our hands. We are being controlled by the IMF.
Yes, Doctor was even mentioning it. Yeah.
The IMF tells you do this. But if you own factories, full-fledged factory, industrialized country, and then we export more to Europe and other places, they can challenge us.
Yes.
We can stand on them.
Sure.
And then we can. So that is a problem. How many African countries have industries in their countries and are exporting? You talk of South Africa. Why was it that they took over the power when Nelson Mandela was released?
Exactly.
They took over whatever they had. And therefore it became a paper talk. Nelson Mandela has been released. South Africa is free. South Africa is never free. Still, as I'm talking, South Africa is never free. You see, so it's a problem. It's a problem. Ghana is a bit ahead of all the African countries in terms of industries and economic planning.
Right.
But the IMF is controlling Ghana. The IMF tell you, do this, do that, do that.
Then we don't have a choice.
You are trying to move a bit faster. They say, look, this is wrong. You are in your house. Somebody tells you what to eat and what not to eat. Somebody tells you, bath in the morning, don't bath in the afternoon. Somebody tells you.
That's very serious.
So that is a big problem.
Yes.
And we have to get organized, get united. It will take a time. In our time, maybe you will not see it. Well, to the young people coming, need proper civic education.
Yeah.
Why? So that they can move and then become probably better people than what we are now. We achieved independence, but
we are being controlled. Okay, thank you so much, Elder Statesman. Let me welcome Obapa Julie. Obapa Julie, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you as usual. So we want to hear the yo. Obapa Julie.
Yo.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Obapa Julie, you always
Nana.
you always bring sunshine to the show. We thank you so much. And then let me go straight and welcome our Niger man, Adekunle Aina. Thank you so much, Kunle. Thank you for joining us, Kunle.
Yes, I apologize for coming on late. I've been doing
We understand.
8,000 things at the same time. So good evening, everybody on the show.
Good evening.
Good evening. I apologize for coming on late, sir.
Yes. So before Obapa Julie gives us the news from Africa and Ghana, let me go to Dr. Mensah. Dr. Mensah, same question I posed to our elder statesman. Africa has everything. Africa should never experience any hunger. No African should experience hunger. No African should sleep or be homeless. No African every African should have the basic necessity of life and the basic amenities of life. And that is what we need to push for. And it doesn't make sense. Look what we have. Nature has granted Africa arable land, water resources, mineral resources. I mean, this is amazing. Dr. John Mensah.
Hello. Okay. I would like to add a little to what my senior statesman said. We have to be able to establish a clear distinction between political independence and economic independence. There should be a clear distinction between that for us to be able to understand. The saddest thing is that about 80 to 90% of Ghanaians don't know anything about economic independence. No, they don't know what is it. Even the graduates from universities who have studied masters in business administration, economics, and a majority or two of them don't know about economic independence, how the global systems work. So for us to be getting enlightened about this, that is why Nkrumah wrote one book called a colonialism, the stage of imperialism. That book clearly outlines how the global financial system work, how new colonialism and the economic manipulation and economic colonialism exist. You should be able to get a clear picture, understanding of this without any ambiguity. There are two different things. We were given political independence, but you are not able to achieve economic independence. You are going to get the basic necessities of life, going to get rich, wealthy, if only you attain economic independence. And economic independence, and people don't understand how the system and mechanism work, and that is what you are still here today. But one, after you had independence, most African countries had independence, which was led by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to emancipate and liberate Africans. The Western countries that colonized us, and later US became their master. They decided to develop a mechanism that will still create us in such a way that you be independent over here, but you're going to do what they want. So our resources can move from here to feed their industries for them to be able to control us. So one, they have to be able to control us financially. The financial system have to be controlled. And through the financial system to control, one, you have to buy things they want. And if you have to import things from them to survive, then they have to make sure that you don't produce those things here. So the industries are not here. So if you don't have the industries and you have to import from them, then we need their currency. And the only way we can get their currency is to sell to them something they want. Then they can decide for us what you should do here in order to get their currency to buy things from them. That's exactly how this works. If you have to import television, phone from China, Europe, or US, and you need the dollar to be able to buy it, then that implies you have to do something here that will make it possible to get the dollar. And that implies that they will tell you what to do, what to produce to sell to them, to get the dollar to import from them. So even though they are not, even though
Doc, I'm
they are
only
not,
interjecting. I'm not cutting you. You continue. Doc, so what are the heads of states of the African Union doing?
okay, the heads of states, I'll come there. Which implies that based on that, and they can effectively tell you what to do in your country to be able to get their dollars to buy the basic necessities of life. If you don't do that, then your country will crash. The African heads of states, sadly for us, most of the African heads of states here are not serving our interest. They are puppets of the Western regime. And the countries that have puppets, they make sure you serve for a long term. And the countries where they cannot have puppets, they deceive you, or they try to advocate for multi-party democracy. And that multi-party democracy is a divide and rule status. Even if you are not a puppet and you have genuine intention for your people, you cannot achieve economic liberation within 8 years. That will go back.
I'm interjecting, Doc. That's well said. So we have a template for that, isn't it? Because you saw how China fenced off its borders and then developed the systems and came up on top, isn't it? Africa,
Yes, it is.
I know Africa might not be able to fence itself, but we should look at, a model where the civic education and also the population of the human resource of Africa. We are almost over 1.5 billion people. Are you
Yes.
telling me we cannot create the market, sell it among ourselves, have the purchasing? Are Africans angry enough? Doc,
We are angry enough, but we should be organized. It should be organized before we can go ahead. And you have to
okay,
start from one country. From
yeah,
one Ghana here, what you have to do is that MPP and NDC leadership must understand this mechanism which will work. And it must find a common goal to work. For example, in 2015, 2014, GM got to find a lasting solution to this. So he introduced the National Development Planning Commission. And he said he was going to, that nation will come and have a policy that will be backed by the constitution amendment that will bind all future government together. So whatever government change, you cannot change that, and that have pursued that. So that was a means JM tried to actually pursue. But unfortunately, the Western world helped MPP to win the election in 2016. And when JM came to power again, now I'm shocked. JM is also repeating what Akufo-Addo did. He's now a complete puppet of the Western, serving their interests. He's not pursuing that again, and that have been left to rot. So unless the political parties find a means to work together, we cannot achieve that common ground to get
so
economic.
Doc, this goes to prove Dr. Kwame Nkrumah right, that the
Yes,
one-party state is the best.
that
Where
is the
we can,
ultimate and the only way out. And Nkrumah
yes,
wasn't greedy. He wasn't greedy. He wasn't a dictator. He didn't want power. He wasn't power drunk. He wanted our economic liberation.
yes. Okay, I'll come to Kunle, but before I do,
Let me add a word to Dr. Mensah.
yes, elder statesman.
You see, he made reference to JM having the economic plan, 40-year economic plan for Ghana, so that if any party comes to power, you just follow it. MPP came to power, they didn't follow it. Now he has started again. That the 40-year development plan must be supported by all people so that it can be a blueprint and a stumbling block for any party to divert any diverting tax, so that if party A comes to power and he has put that plan, he must go to the development plan and don't go to any other plan, so that you go through that plan and it can build the country and it can forward march the country. Now, until and unless the two political parties in Ghana now so do agree vehemently that they will pursue that agenda, it will help us.
Okay, but elder statesman, why do we have to wait for those two parties to agree? Especially, I think, let me make mention. It looks as if it's not, should I say, the like-minded that agree and want that one-party state are the people we should move forward with. Those who cannot contribute constructively and are going to try and draw back, we need to name, shame, expose them, and cut them out. Forward ever, backward never. Because that's the only way. Because you always get the people who are going to always debate negatively. And so we need to take the bull by the horn and move forward. Let me go to Obapa. Why are we not angry enough as Africans? And from your angle, you are a woman. And why are we not angry enough to develop the country? Why? And the whole of the continent. We don't have the passion, or what?
Nana, this is a crucial question, okay? But let me also come in, because you ask yourself, as you stated earlier, why are we not in a haste of developing our own country? What I notice is we don't believe in ourselves. That is one factor. Africans, we don't believe in ourselves. We still have this mentality of we cannot do spirit and the rest. So we always look down upon ourselves. Let's take this man for yes, for an example. The late Safo Kantankan. This man was somebody who can he was into so many things. He was into manufacturing, he was into agriculture, Nana, a whole lot. But ask yourself, what was the attention given to this man?
They would rather run him down, isn't it?
Yes, exactly so. And then we always discourage him. We don't even take his words serious. We don't take his product serious. Always comparing his product to the foreign ones, thinking yes is always the best. Someone who is able to manufacture a car, the car uses battery. Who is able to invent what do you call TV station, and we don't purchase them. Whether we want Samsung, we want whatever it is, thinking those products or items are the best than our very own. So with this, Nana, how can we develop?
This is very sad. Let me ask Nanama from a young Gen Z angle. Nanama, why are the African people not so passionate and angry for success and to change the plight of Africa? Why?
First of all, selfishness is number one. Our leaders, they are very, very selfish. Once they come and they have the power, they just forget their promises, they forget their responsibilities. All they think about is their kids, their families. So, Nana,
it's a big problem.
Now it's a very big problem. Things has really, really changed. Now the youth are talking, but the nagging, our talking is just like nagging because it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. We have no power.
We have to, I think
there is nothing.
We need to put the fire back in, onto these African people. It's not right. Let me go to Kule. Kule on mute. So Kule, this is just depressing. Let me use the word depressing because it doesn't make sense. And so if we know that the West is sabotaging the African states and leaders, why don't we name, shame, expose them, and back on a massive civil education across the whole continent for people to know? And those saboteurs, traitors, nation wreckers, we cut them aside and move forward, because I'm sure we look at the beautiful arable land Africa has. The sun is running 247, great rainforests, great rains, and then you check the homelessness in Africa and it's just depressive. How? Kool-Aid, your take on those and how we can move this thing forward and go and put some matches and kerosene in the boxes or bam-bams of these African union leaders.
Yeah, we have to burn down the whole system. I agree with my sisters that have spoken earlier on. We are not patriotic enough, and we don't love ourselves. And more important, most importantly, I think we have allowed the colonialists and the imperialists to set the tone for when we are going to develop.
Have we become too westernized?
Basically, yeah, basically, but that's I don't. Yeah, but we need a reorientation, a re-education, of the African continent. I mean, the Sahel countries are doing it right.
Exactly.
And Traore is leading the way.
And then while the Sahels with Ibrahim Traore them are doing it right, the rest of Africa are sleeping. It doesn't make sense.
No, they're not sleeping. If I have to, my own approach as an activist is to change the trajectory, to change the use of words. Sometimes
let's take Nigeria, for instance, one of the richest countries in the world, with oil, resources, human resource, education. Right now, if America, Nigerians are leading when it comes to education. They have more Nigerian professors than even white professors. So the point I'm trying to make is that why we know the problem that we've got this hegemony and unipolar world sitting on our heads, the IMF and the World Bank controlling all that. Why can't we, like elder statesman said, Julie said, and Anama and all the rest, why can't we kind of like have that fight, fiery fire and fight in ourselves to get this, that is said earlier, and that is very important, the civic education. You see, because the people then become very aware. Because this education thing that we have currently, the more you educate the African, the more westernized it becomes. So all these things are playing out, and it doesn't make sense that you sit on a wealth of resources in Africa. You don't have a winter or what do we call it, spring, autumn. You have great weather all throughout, and people are starving in Africa. They don't even have a home. Basic amenities. We need to move. I want the fire and the passion to be reignited in the Pan-African youth, so that change can come.
We need to have a platform. We need to have a platform like the one we are all on right now. That's the starting point at this particular present time. We continue to use the platform and use our voice while we try to organize in other areas in order to spread the Pan-African dream of having. We can have the Western. Even when we have the Western education, we should use it against. We should use that education against the people that we got it from. And that is what somebody like Awolowo did. You understand? You know, he was called to the bar at I believe the Inner London Temple, but he made one move. He made one move that changed his life forever. He went
Yes,
into
you
the
are
club.
right. We have Kwame Nkrumah, who also studied in America and then the UK as well. So they are individuals. So we need those type of leadership to take
But
on
the
the
problem
mantle.
also, we need a good number. Let me, before I forget, because I forget things very quickly these days. When we have those people at the top there that we know, we need a lot of, let's say you have a population of say 10 million, and that one unique individual comes out of that 5 million. We need at least a good 1 million that are on the same wavelength and same mindset as this person. And that is how, because don't forget, while this one person is out there making his moves, don't forget
You got
the
the
imperialists,
traitors. Yes.
the imperialists and the colonialists,
And then
they
they've
know
always
him.
got their spies and the traitors
They will
among.
bring, they will
Yes.
also bring their spies from the outside. And the most unfortunate part of that is our own people from the inside are going to be used
And betray you.
until
Yes.
until they are able to get rid of this one person that should have led
It's so sad.
one. Yeah. So this is what we have been facing pre and post independence.
Elder statesman, I'm not cutting you, Kule.
Yeah.
Elder statesman, Dad.
Yeah.
We've got so many different figures some of these traitors took when the CIA paid them to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah, therefore derailing the whole advancement of the black man. So what was the figure? I heard about 20,000. Do you have any idea how much they paid Afrifa Kutukadems to derail the whole of the black man project which started in Ghana? With a
Nana, please, can I quickly say something before Papa comes in?
Okay, go on.
I want everybody to put this in their mind while they are processing the topic. You remember Seseku Sotore of
Secretary.
what's his name? The guy from Congo.
Oh, the one.
Do you know that?
Secretary.
The guy from no, he does not.
Guinea.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the guy from Congo, the popular guy from Congo.
Yeah, Secretary. Oh, the Congo one. That's Patrice
Mobutu. Yeah.
Oh, but he's not. Mobutu is a traitor. Yeah, go on.
No. Let me quickly put out there. I know. I'm just trying. Remember that Remember that the other guy was killed, and he was planted in office.
Yeah, we know.
And you can remember he stayed in there for almost 30 years before he died, and destroyed the whole Congo country.
Destroyed the whole country. Lives.
America was the system behind this guy.
Well, but I think, like you said, people are becoming more literate, and this civic education elder statesman have said, yeah, Daddy, back to the question. Yeah. It's unbelievable. The achievements of Kwame Nkrumah is amazing. And these people only got $20,000 ahead. Or that, I stand to be corrected. Do you have any idea how much CIA paid these traitors?
Before I go to that one, I would like to support Kule's argument of civic education.
Yes.
You see, Kwame Nkrumah set up the Young Pioneers, and the principles of the Young Pioneer to train the youth up to their civic responsibility, to inculcate into the youth Nkrumahism, the national service, love of work, discipline of obedience, honesty and morality, punctuality, reliability and secrecy, comradeship and forbearance, striving to faultlessness, unaffectedness, protection of state property. These were the principles which the civic education had embarked upon would have changed the mindset of the people of Ghana and Africa.
But
you
the
can see
man,
that
yes,
people
the
involved.
man wasn't given a chance. It's sad.
Yeah.
And those of
I
us,
was so
yes,
young pioneers stay only for 6 years when the man founded the Young Pioneer 1960 to 1966. So you can see that if these principles are imbibed into the youth, definitely honesty, protection of property, reliability and secrecy, comradeship of Mobaran, punctuality, and all the rest of that, striving to faultlessness, will be the hallmark, and Ghanaians will change immediately. At the moment, if we start with an organization in Ghana with these principles, definitely a year or two, we can change the mindset of the people of Ghana.
yes.
Now coming back to your point,
Yeah.
the CIA paid money. I'm not a witness to that. I'm not part of the system, and therefore I can't say this man got 20,000 or whatever it is. But what I know is that Afrifa and the Kotoka were the ringleaders who were paid heavily to mastermind the Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow.
Very sad indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The people who were behind were civilians. Joe Afia, Vito Usu, Aram Fonsa.
And that's what I was saying earlier, that
they were all,
we need to be mindful.
So the question asked Dr. I say that we can only have proper meaning for Africa to make an impact is to industrialize. When we are able to we industrialize, we export more, and we get more foreign currency. We can dictate to the white man, I don't want this, I don't want that. But now they are dictating to us. Our economy are in chains with all the white people. If you move, they stop you. If you go forward, they stop you. So we got to work. The industrialization is the order of the day.
Yes.
And civic education is the order of the day.
Absolutely, and I know that when Africa unites with the human resource over 1.5 billion, whatever Africa produces, we feed ourselves, we become self-sufficient, sustainable, and I'm sure we can move forward and do a lot of things.
African unity, please. African unity as we have. How many African leaders are forthcoming? When you go to the OAU and they have the meeting, they all come to talk and go. They don't implement it.
They don't walk the talk, yeah.
Don't come and talk here. Please implement what you are saying to your people. They just come. When they go back, they don't mind. There's nothing that is putting pressure on them to unite Africa.
And look at, what's his name? Ibrahim Traore. And look at Ibrahim Traore. In a space of 2, 4, 3 years, look at what he's achieved. It's amazing. Very sad. The templates are there. And look at what Gaddafi too achieved. Amazing. Kwame Nkrumah and all that. We can do it. Anyway, let's go and then take our Pan-African news from Lady Obapa. We've become very passionate tonight. We want to change the plight of Africa. So, yes, the fire, the matches and the kerosene, we need to burn it at the heels of our leaders, or rather we burn their bamba so they can do the talk and walk the talk. Yes, Obapa, so what have you got for us when it comes to the news items? Before Obapa even goes there, one or two from Africa, which is Kenya, has had a serious flood, and this flood is actually causing a lot of mayhem in Kenya, and the emergency services, yes, the emergency services are dealing with it, and it's so sad, yes. And then, so that's from Kenya, yeah? And then from Uganda, the opposition leader has come out that he's fled abroad, fearing for his life. We all know the opposition leader, Museveni, gave him a lot of beatings. And so that's one story there. And then we have another, 66 have been killed, died by severe flooding in Kenya as heavy rains continue. So that one is coming from Kenya. And I think then we've got the Israeli-American aggression against the Iranians that is also ongoing. So, Obapa Julie,
Nana,
we are so passionate tonight. We need to affect change, Obapa.
yeah. But
I'm
then
telling you.
let us be sincere. This is going to take us our next generation. Maybe they can fight this fight, but not us.
Not really. But when Ibrahim Traore came, in a space of 2-3 years, look at the change. We can bring that fire. That's what I'm saying. That when I don't know when next I'm coming to Ghana, I need a matches and a kerosene and just light it up on their bum bums for them to wake up.
Then you have to take it to the government house.
Yeah, that's on the lighter note. Okay, Obapa.
So Nana, a quick one, since our time is almost fast gone. I would like us to discuss these two top stories trending in the country. That is the how do we call the security recruitment. Our those who spoke earlier spoke about IMF. You know, Ghana, we are still under IMF. So due to that, the interior minister came out to tell us that they cannot recruit more or many recruiters, okay? Because Ghana is under IMF, we have our limits of everything that we do, which has which has sorry Nana, which has affected the recruitment system. So in total, 500,000 applicants went in for the recruitment forms. They did everything. So it got to their exams, or where they write their tests for them, for the service or for the ministry to know how best these people are before they can recruit them. So during the aptitude test, most of them failed the exams, because according to the interior minister, he made us know that the passing marks was 65. So means many people out of the 500,000, they were able to 500. Sorry, Nana, I want to be sure of the figures. Please
Yeah,
let
I
me come
think
again.
it's 500,000, and then they
Yes,
only got
500,000. Yes,
5,000,
and
5,000 or something like that.
exactly. They've
Right.
gone in for only 5,000 applicants. This has raised much concern, especially with the NDC grassroots, the NDC youth, whom think their government is in power. So at least they could have get any of it, whether the police service, the fire service, or the prisons. But this is a big blow, a big disappointment to them, because the interior minister or the interior ministry wasn't fair to them, according to them. But he also came out to explain the reason why they cannot take in much, and then the reason why they will not love to just go in for people because they are party boys or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They want to put measures on place. They want to deal with the rightful people. They don't just want to recruit people and then put uniform on them for them to be misbehaving on roads and then doing other stuff which are not measurable. Nana. So this is a story that many people are following. And as I speak to you now, the interior minister has been summoned by the president to come and then explain more, because per his explanations or per his statements on the floor during the press briefing, I think the president is still not okay with what he gave out. So many people also ask, the MPP government did not do it this way, but yet still they were able to recruit more of their party boys or more of their party
But they
people
recruited
into
more
the
of their people. They recruited more of their people, and they look at the mess of the security
yes.
situation in Ghana. So I think the government,
Okay.
the interior minister must be doing the right thing. It's just unfortunate people think, you see,
Yeah.
this is one of the things that,
So
go on, Awapa, go on,
so
sorry.
Nana, what the minority is now calling for is they should refund their monies back to them, since they didn't get the, how do we call it?
The
Since they
application didn't
didn't
get through.
qualify. Yes. Yes, so they should refine it. And then the majority is also asking, this thing has never happened in the history of Ghana. There's nowhere that applicants will go for their forms, and then when they failed or they didn't qualify, you call them back and then give their money to them. We all know very much well that this money doesn't go straight to the ministry. So where are they going to get the money to refund it back? So this is a very big story, or
Yes.
propaganda story as we speak now, that people are liberating on,
Yeah.
calling on government to at least consider certain things instead of just failing all of them, because we all know very much well that the number that they failed, some of them could have even done better, but since they cannot employ more, that made them to fail most of them. So now let's see this week, maybe after the meeting with the president, if we can hear any changes of such, or if it is going to be the same number that the interior minister came out to say earlier. Yeah. And then with the cocoa pricing, this is a topic that we've been discussing for the past 1 month. Okay. So the old pricing money is in. That was last week Thursday. The farmers have been paid, the cocoa farmers precisely have been paid their old price. So they are now waiting for the new one, which will take place or commence from next month going. Okay. And we also heard that there might be another reduction of cocoa pricing, where farmers are really angry and calling on President John Dramani Mahama never to even reduce, because as we speak now, some of them are even keeping their cocoa seed, that they are going to keep it till the prices go high before they will sell. So if there is going to be another reduction, they don't know the amount that is going to be reduced from their prices. So some are pleading with the president, whilst others too are angry, saying all sort of words. When it comes when it gets to this part, we have the MPP cocoa farmers and then the NDC cocoa farmers. Even though the minority has been visiting some of the cocoa farmers, they last went to Eastern region to engage the cocoa farmers. As I speak to you now, we've learned that maybe this week, within the week, minority in parliament to go to the Ashanti region, led by the minority chief whip, Honorable Anodam Prayer, who doubles as the MP for Nsawam Abuja. He's going to lead his delegation from Parliament to the Ashanti region cocoa farmers to demonstrate against the president for the reduction of their cocoa pricing. So Nana, this is the two stories that I would like us to tackle, and then as time goes on, we'll bring in more. Yeah.
That's quite interesting, but we need to round up. So I'm going to give everybody three minutes to talk about the cocoa price and then the saga that is taking place at the Ministry of Interior. Yes. I think that if they want to do the right thing, even with these figures that we are quoting here, 500,000, and most of them failed, it goes to tell us that the literacy rate is really, really bad. The illiterates on the streets are because people want quick business, quick money, guarantee, and leave, not going to school and all that. Are they going to pass the exams and become military or police officers? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
And then the cocoa price. You see, this is very important. When the elder statesman and Dr. Nkule were talking about the civic education, orientation and civic education. You see, if we have regular civic education, even on the national television, for the people to be educated, that will go a long way. Doc.
Yeah. So Nana, we all know that Africa is the topmost, or the first. It is the first Africa country, or it is the leading Africa country in production of cocoa. As we speak now, they have also reduced their cocoa pricing.
Exactly.
So now the government should have educated them enough
Because you
what you
see,
are
when the
saying.
government when the government leaves it, sorry, when
Sorry.
the government don't back, because I read through the Ghana Constitution, and the Constitution of Ghana has an institution, civic education institution, entrenched in the Constitution. So there should be money allocated to the civic education institution to be able to embark on all the regions of Ghana, including a massive television civic education for people to understand civic,
Program.
instead of leaving it
Yeah.
to radio and TV stations. Then they get panelists from here, and then
Yeah,
they confuse the
to
people.
the party communicators. Yes.
Yes,
They've
the
made
party
it to the party
communicators,
communicators.
because they all want to score a point to regain
For their
power
party.
or stay in
Yeah.
power, and that is not right. We need to have a government agenda, massive civic education in the schools, including the regions and villages, and that is the key. Dr. John Mensah. Dr. John Mensah, you have 2 minutes. Tackle the Interior Ministry thing and then the cocoa price fall. We lost Doctor already, innit? Oh, Doc is there. Doc, on mute. Okay, once we get Doc, then we'll be back. Let's go to Elder Statesman. Daddy, 2 minutes to touch on the Interior Ministry saga and then the cocoa price thing.
Well, the Minister of Interior had made it clear why he recruited only 5,000 people instead of 500,000. The long story short is there's no money.
Okay.
There's no money. If the president has invited him and the president gives the money, he can increase the number.
Yes.
See, and then that will probably, but they cannot take the rest of the whole people. The number can be increased if the president gives them money. And then the idea is that the money funded MPP 18 years, 8 months of 8 years of the administration. They never refunded any money they collected from people. They had surplus people who were not employed, but they never refunded that money. So if they are talking about refunding, then the MPP should refund their money too.
Okay,
so that is
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. And now that we have, yes,
the cocoa issue is that
yes,
the MPP took upon themselves of borrowing money to pay the cocoa farmers, and they left a lot of debts outstanding, over 39 million for the current administration to pay. There are so many outstanding the electricity, water, so many money outstanding debts they haven't paid. Now, the NDC felt that we could not go for loan and pay you, whereas we have loan to pay. So the MPP was doing this. They buy cocoa in advance. And then when the cocoa comes in, they give them the price higher than necessary, and they maintain it. So the farmers felt that they are giving them worth their money. But then there's still outstanding debt. So if the NDC will go by that policy, they will be owing debt. And we are owing IMF. The loan will come from the IMF.
And that's what the IMF love, isn't it? And likes.
Yes, sir.
For countries to owe them.
So they wouldn't like to go for them. But then they said all outstanding debts with the farmers should be paid by the old price. All the outstanding debts should be paid by the old price. The government has released money to be paid. But then the new price will be that 2,500. But I'm not sure there will be even further reduction. But I don't know. How much is the Ivory Coast paying the farmers?
The Ivory Coast one is very low. I think that is 1,200 or 1,000 something.
That's right. So if you are paying 2,500, we are way
exactly. The Ivory Coast one is very low.
So that is why. So what the opposition is doing is that they are going soliciting the Farmers Corporation so that they could use it for 2028 election. They will be they are lying, but it will not work.
Yes. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. All right. So
you know.
Yes. So Nanaba.
So that is that the government will see and make cocoa farmers happy.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Right. Nanaba. Nanaba, unmute yourself.
They are tired.
Yes, I know. Church day and running around, preparing, ironing, washing before Monday as usual. Okay, so Kule has spoken, so let me go to Obapa Julie, then we can run up. Everybody will say, have just a minute of tonight's show. Tonight, Kule, what's your take? And any final word to our people to have the fire burning in their hearts and minds? Kule, on mute.
Yeah, there's no fire. It's just there's no fire because you see, most of the people that are pulling us back, they are bent on their ways. They are not going to change. So we that are the positive ones that want Africa to move forward, we will continue to do what we need to do.
Yes.
And we will always try to bring them on board. But trust me, you see people that want to betray Africans that want to betray Africans. It's, you remember the guy in South Africa as well. I was growing up even as a little boy in Nigeria. I'm talking about the leader of the Inkatha group. You remember that guy? People don't talk about him. The leader, the black leader in South Africa that was always antagonizing the ANC. He was on the side of the apartheid.
You're talking about what's his name?
Very popular guy. I've forgotten his name. I think he's passed now.
Yes.
Even when Mandela was released, and they invited Mandela to the town hall meeting in New York, and they always ask their dumb, stupid questions. Like, oh, why are you friends with Cuba? Why are you friends with Yasser Arafat? Why are you friends with this guy was on the side of the apartheid government. And
you were talking of Malema.
Malema? No.
You weren't talking about Malema, okay.
I'm not talking about Malema. I'm talking about this. He used to have a lot of black hair, glasses. It's not Malema. He used to be an antagonist of the ANC group, and he had the support and backing of the white apartheid government in South Africa. You know the person I'm talking about. I will send you his name when we come off the air, because I have to dig in. I've forgotten his name. But even during the town hall meeting when Mandela was released and he was invited to America, New York, this guy came on satellite. He came on satellite to be saying some very insulting things to Mandela. And you know what Mandela said to him? He said it in their South African dialect, and then he interpreted it that, you know what you are talking about right here in front of everybody is something that you and I are supposed to discuss. I'm sure you watched that interview, that town hall meeting when Mandela was released. He said we are not supposed to be laundering our dirty linen in public. That this discussion is not for the whole world. It's between me and you to sit down quietly. And then one of the white rich people was saying, you need to stop this nonsense. This is a man that has spent 27 years and they are still insulting this man on his release. But you know why? They knew that, I think it was about a few months after that town hall meeting, the election came and he was elected because they know he was going to be elected the first black president. You understand? Yeah. So they were beginning to try to show fear and concern that he is going to do something to them when he becomes president. But what did Mandela do? The complete opposite. In fact, I know some of our colleagues that were in London met together. They were angry with Mandela that he was supposed to go on a revenge streak. But you see, Mandela just forgave everything that happened to him. And of course, you remember the story of one of the prison guards that was trying to hide at the tea, remember the coffee outlet. You remember that story?
Yeah.
The guy was trying to hide. Mandela saw him and told when he was
the one
he told the bodyguard to go and invite
Mandela in prison,
to go and that he poured peace on him. You remember? He said he should go and bring the man to sit down with him, at the table. And the guy, he was a white guy, and he was afraid.
He was shitting himself. Excuse my
language. Because he thought that Mandela would not recognize him.
Yes.
Enter John Law, who have bet to mark me now.
All right, let me go to Obapa.
So, Mr. Nana.
Yes.
Thank you anyway. And it's time for me to bounce, yeah? So
no problem.
We'll do tomorrow again, yeah?
Yeah, nice one. So, Obapa Julie, your final thoughts for tonight's passionate discussion. Obapa on mute. Dr. Jomensan. Okay, anyway, so elder statesman, your final word, for today's discussion. It's been a very passionate program and we've all enjoyed it to the maximum. Doctor, elder statesman, sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, your final word, elder statesman.
My final word is that all what we have discussed today, we should bear in mind that we pray that our people should try to implement them and make Africa a better place to live in.
Amen. That's a powerful one. And make Africa great again. On behalf of
great
that.
And strong.
Oh, now I wanted to hear your final word, Obapa, please.
Yeah, so Nana, I'm adding up to great and strong Africa, yeah. We all believe and hope that one day Africa will be the greatest and then the strongest continent in the world. Yeah.
Because the template is there. Look at Ibrahim Traore. Yes. To make it work. So we need to. And it's a great pleasure. Thank you all for joining. It's been a great pleasure. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as usual, from 9:30 p.m. sharp. Thank you, Obapa Julie. Thank you, Nanama. Thank you, Adekunle Aina. And thank you, Dr. John Mensah. And of course, our great elder statesman. Hey, I shouldn't forget Lady Edith. Thank you so much, Edith. And all our social media handles from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. We thank all of you for joining. And we'll see you from Friday. Stay blessed and bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Nana. Dele